This video, we're going to talk about things you can do to try to heal or repair this. I used the word at the end of the last video, fix. We're not trying, nobody's broken. What we are is we're out of sync with each other.
Yeah.
And this could get me in trouble, but sometimes it means for the ladies, I'm not feeling like the sexiest thing in the world, but maybe you need to realize, hey, how long has it been?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, that's actually really true. And in no way am I saying, ladies, that you need to, if you are honestly like repulsed by the idea or traumatized by the idea, that you have to force yourself into it. But this is something that is important to a relationship on both sides. And some of the statistics that we talked about in the other videos already.
Oh, you got some statistics there too.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
So 33, let's see. Let's go with the Princeton one. Princeton behavioral economists asked 1,000 women which life activities made them happiest. And women ranked sex number one.
Let that sink in, gentlemen.
Yeah. 33% of women age 45 plus, though, are distressed about their lack of sexual desire. Women, you need to understand that most women have a responsive desire.
Hence why, men, you're supposed to lead the romance department.
Exactly.
She will respond because of responsive desire, as opposed to men, oh, breeze. We
yeah, and you're ready to go. I get it, yeah.
We have spontaneous desire. Literally, the woman you love could turn sideways in the right outfit, bend over in front of you, and you can't help but get excited because we have spontaneous desire, and there is what we think is the most beautiful woman on the planet, and it's like, oh, it's like, look at that.
But what that means in like practicality is that sometimes ladies, he's interested, you just kind of roll with it until you see if you're able to be interested or not.
Yeah. And guys, it might take her literally 15 to 20 minutes before she would even be ready or close to have an orgasm.
Yeah. And
then we got the whole issue, if you're only thinking penetrative sex, penis and vagina, you only have 18 to 20% of women who are going to orgasm from that. What we're talking about...
Well, not only that, the average duration of an erection is 6 to 6.5 minutes before you need a break. And we're not even talking, like, if you're able to not orgasm during that time, you generally need a break and some time to recover. So, yeah, the math ain't mathin'.
For the ladies 45 plus and for the men, your greatest friend is lube. Something I actually need to improve my use of a little bit. Lube makes, actually, studies have shown when you use lube, because one of the things that happens to women is their ability to self-lubricate can be altered. Dryness becomes an issue with perimenopause and menopause. Yeah. Okay? If there's too much friction, things don't feel good. And so lube, and they've done studies how lube actually increases the satisfaction for both partners. So we need lube. We need to understand it isn't about just penetrative sex. It is about pleasuring your partner, kissing all over, massage, toys. There is nothing between two consenting adults that should be off limits.
Right. Absolutely.
But
you know, I mean, we're talking about like the deed and, you know, how do we get there? You know, when there's a sexless marriage, you don't just jump in between the sheets because obviously there's stuff leading up to the problem.
So if the guy's being the asshole, she's being the bitch, both of you stop that.
Right. That's a big one. Ladies, stop trying to control everything because he feels like you're trying to mother him.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
And guys, be self-reliant, take ownership so she doesn't feel like she has to be your mom and you're another kid.
It's such a common thing that we hear.
Yes, there's a reason we're saying this as an example. Second, men, you're going to start leading the romance department with no expectations of sex, and it's about rebuilding connection, rebuilding intimacy, not sex. So what's one of the biggest complaints women have about if they touch their man?
that he thinks that every touch is going to lead to sex.
If that were true, we would be exhausted, men. You don't want that. And non-sexual touch can be the most powerful and transformative in these situations where you don't, where she doesn't feel like every time I touch him, he's going to try to initiate sex. Right. And you start, I call them drive-bys, kiss in the back of the neck, smack in the ass, whatever, with no expectation and even no possibility of sex.
Yeah.
Even
it's flirty. It's just
flirty, fun
it's
guy.
A way to connect.
An example.
It's a way to feel desired.
Yeah.
Or be, have your partner feel.
And the
desired.
way to do this, and guys, we talked about covert contracts a couple of videos ago. She's at the sink. You're going out. You want to give her a kiss. You don't you grab her by the shoulders. You kiss the back of her head and said, "I love you," and then you walk the hell out the door. The needy nice guy does the same thing, and he stands there because he needs the "I love you" back. And she's dying inside because she doesn't feel anything was given to her. Something is being expected of her. And this is the difference between that grounded, confident man. He's giving from an abundant, loving heart.
Makes me think of the showbiz rule, always leave them wanting more.
Exactly. Do you ever feel like I'm fishing for that "I love you" back? No.
I suspect the reverse might be true because I say it a lot. I'm not looking to get it back, but I do.
Do I always say it back? Like
no,
I need
you don't.
And that's fine. Do not reflexively, because I want it to have meaning, and it does when she says it because I know her path to get here. So,
okay. Whew. That was really, really sweet.
So, there's a lot of books and a lot of other things to untangle when you've gotten disconnected and out of sync.
Yeah.
And reach out. Get help. It doesn't have to be us. I don't care who it is, but work with somebody because you can correct this problem. Yeah. You can rebuild it. You can make it better. If you could just learn to communicate about it and not be defensive and understand that neither of you were taught shit about sex.
Right.
Not if you're in the U.S. or most of Europe. There's a couple of countries, Amsterdam and a few others, that actually teach people about sex. But as a whole, we're uptight and we don't. And then you hear in the U.S., I don't want my schools teaching the kids this. And is your repressed, non-educated self going to talk to your daughter about giving good blowjobs? No.
Our stats regarding sex and relationships are abysmal.
Oh my gosh,
in this country. They really, truly are. Now, all of this being said, there's all these things. Communicate, try different ways of initiation, understand your sexual responsiveness, finding other ways to be physically close, work on solving trust issues and all kinds of things like that. But there's also taking an honest look at your future. This is things to try if you want to work on
your intimacy,
the healing of this issue. But there may come a point where you're taking a look at your future and you're just kind of hanging on by a thread, and it might be time to start looking at some other things.
And I'm one of the coaches. I don't talk. My job isn't to help you save your marriage. Right. My job is to help you save yourself. Yeah. And the funny thing is, when the women see my sexless marriage videos and reach out to me, my answer to them is the same as to the guys. At a certain point, they should love themselves enough to leave. Yeah. But that's only after you've done the work, whether it's dad or mom, so that your kids go, did you do everything you can to save the marriage? You can look them in the eye and go, I did. Yeah. And we will talk about in one of the other videos, if you're done and want to leave, I think is the next video in the series.
And we're going to tack on some stuff in the next one about if you're in an abusive situation.
Yes, and that's one where you almost need to work with somebody, because I won't put some of my suggestions on video.
Well, no, that's totally fair. I mean, if I'm being honest, some of the stuff that's outlined for that is kind of general, but really good things to think about. So we'll talk about that in next
right.
video.
Didn't mean to make you emotional.